And we really have to remember that we are not in control of everything. And that's where anxiety really comes from. Because we could think about, ooh, we could do our best, but they could still cheat. They could still leave you. Your business could still fail. A second Rona could hit, or maybe a car just drives right through your store. like things could happen. Or in the example I gave you last time, maybe that drug addict relapses. And so all that progress seemingly goes to waste, and that's where it crashes. Right? And so we really just got to remember, or take a much more holistic and reasonable approach to things, because we got to realize the only thing that we can control isn't here. We can only ever do our best. And if we've done our best and we've done all we could with respect to any sort of situation, then honestly, it's out of our hands.
Yeah.
Because if that's the only thing we can control, that should really be the only thing that we could worry about, right? If you are the perfect partner, you did all you could. You tried to communicate as best you could with your partner, and she still cheats. That is not a reflection of you. Even though you will feel like shit, you will want to kill yourself. Absolutely. I completely understand. But that is not a reflection of you, right? Because you did all you could. It's someone
Yeah.
else who's the issue, and you can't control other people, right? And that's where the anxiety comes from, because we try to apply our own control to things that are out of our control. And so that's when I start worrying about if I'm going to get promoted. That's when I'm worrying about if she's going to cheat. Things like
Damn.
that. And so that's where altruism really hits hard. Arguably way worse than level 1 or 2, because at least level 3 actually requires that sort of dedication, right?
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to get out of that, especially if it's something like a relationship that's gone on for several years, and then you got to start off from the beginning, if you could find it within yourself to trust someone again.
Again,
But that
yeah.
really relates back to the internal work, because when you can internalize that you tried to control something out of your control, you're going to bounce back way, way quicker, right? And that just comes to more of your perception of self. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when she cheats, or if she leaves you, or something, maybe the spark is lost. Easy example, relationships. You're going to think of immediately, what did I do wrong?
Yeah, you're
Why
gonna start
did she
blaming
choose someone
yourself.
else? Exactly. But you really got to remember then that even if you did the best you could, and you actually do that, it's not like, oh yeah, I told her I loved her once in a while, whatever, right? Like, let's actually do the best we can, right? Let's actually make it so that we have no real excuses for ourselves. Like, I did everything I was supposed to. I did the best I could. That's on her, right? When we realize that whatever happens to us isn't necessarily a reflection of ourselves, that has
Yeah.
exactly to do with our self-esteem and self-image, right? And that alone could get you through easily the worst of tragedies. Because if she cheats and you realize that, it's like, oh, okay, well, we encounter shitty people all the time. We know that the vast majority of people out there are shitty. She just happened to be one of them. It's no reflection of us, because we know we did a great job. And we just have to
Yeah.
find someone on that same wavelength. And then it all comes back to open communication and actually communicating what you want to be to each other.
It sounds like a lot of work, but damn, it's worth it.
Well, look at the fucking decline, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right?